From Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening and a happy Friday to you. I'm Denise Jefferson. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. John Hart is on assignment. Coverage you can count on begins tonight with the latest from Ukraine. Russian troops are bearing down on Kyiv, where it's past 5 a.m. on Saturday morning. The invasion of a democratic country has fueled fears of wider war in Europe and triggered international efforts to make Russia stop. There are growing signs that Vladimir Putin may be seeking to overthrow Ukraine's government. Nearly 4,000 soldiers of the 3rd Infantry Division from Fort Stewart, Georgia, are deploying to Europe to support NATO forces. Hinesville is a military town, and not just because of the economic benefits from Fort Stewart, it's because so many are proud of the 3rd ID and say military members are their friends and neighbors. Hinesville and Liberty County officials say they will be there to support the soldiers deploying and also the families they're leaving behind.
We're praying for our troops and their families, and definitely the families that stay here, keeping those in our thoughts and prayers. I know I have an employee here who's pregnant, and her husband's probably not going to be here when she gives birth. So we're trying to be here for her and be here for the other family members as well.
According to the Pentagon, the troops from Fort Stewart will be landing in Germany to reassure NATO allies and be prepared to support a range of other requirements in the region. As the conflict between Russia and Ukraine escalates, Ukrainians all over the world are left to worry about their family members in the middle of it all. Ukraine native and Aiken resident Roman Klomenko has family and friends in Ukraine. He's watched conflict between Russia and Ukraine unfold on social media. While some family members are not in that area right now, others are staying put, including his 87-year-old mother.
The fight for Ukraine is not only fight for Ukraine and Ukrainian people, but the fight for democratic freedoms.
Klomenko added that although the U.S. has imposed sanctions, he feels they may not go far enough. Well, now it's time to take a look at your weather forecast with our meteorologist Ryan Gold. And Ryan, today was warm, but not quite as warm as some of the other days we've seen this week.
Yeah, we actually broke 2 records back-to-back, yesterday and on Wednesday. Today, we didn't quite make it there, but we got pretty close, I would say. And taking a look on the Jiffy Lube Skycam now, we've got a little bit of those windier conditions, but it is actually clearer. The cloud coverage and also the cold front actually made us a lot cooler, and we're continuing to see those cooler conditions flow through here. 62 degrees the current temperature here in Augusta, but you notice we're already in those mid-50s out towards our northwestern friends, and we are going to continue to see these cooler conditions flow through. We already get a good idea. Evans is 10 degrees cooler than this time yesterday. Washington and Crawfordville both at 9, so we are seeing that major change, and it looks like that's going to continue throughout the entirety of the weekend and even into starting the work week itself. Speaking of which, starting tomorrow morning, we're going to be in the 40s, the upper 40s, of course, but we haven't seen temperatures this cool, or I guess I should say this chilly, in a very long time, and it's only going to get a little bit cooler with each passing day. And I'll explain everything and have more details coming up in the full forecast. Back to you, Denise.
All right, thanks, Ryan. A generous donation from Chick-fil-A is helping Augusta University bring more diversity and representation to the College of Education and the Medical College of Georgia.
20% of teachers are teachers of color, and only 2% of those are actually black males.
A statewide shortage has made putting teachers in classrooms a top priority, especially black male teachers. Now a $100,000 donation to AU from Chick-fil-A will help meet that need.
This commitment is going to actually enable us to, provide better teachers, and then also teachers that represent the demographics of the students in our geographic proximity.
Half of the gift will be used to provide scholarships to help recruit more black men into the teacher workforce.
There's just a huge gap there in terms of representation.
Having representation in the classroom could also help increase the number of minority students interested in going to college.
If a student of color has a teacher of color that invests in them, they're about 30% more likely to go to college.
The other half of the donation will help fund minority scholarships for medical students at the Medical College of Georgia.
Not only will it increase diversity in the classroom, it'll also help students who look like me be able to excel and not have to worry about those extra finances.
Third-year medical student Delissa Osei says not only will it help increase diversity and representation in the medical field, but it could also help address some health disparities in the Black community.
If we can increase our representation, that can ultimately help people receive better care, and that can help people learn more how to treat diverse populations.
Augusta University is also working to attract more Black male teachers through partnerships with HBCUs like Payne College. There's now new guidance from the CDC for masking and other restrictions. The agency now says nearly 70% of Americans live in places where healthy people can stop wearing masks. The CDC also outlined new criteria for monitoring the status of the virus. It will now divide counties by low, medium, and high categories. Based on those levels, the agency will advise people about what precautions they should take, which involves wearing a mask or not. And in Richmond County, the school system announcing today that masks will be optional starting Tuesday, March 1st. Masks, however, will still be required on school buses. Well, today is the last day for Augusta's city administrator. After 15 months on the job, Odie Donald is leaving for a new position with the mayor of Atlanta. Commissioners selected Central Services Director Takia Dowles to serve as interim, but commissioners say they don't want to waste any time working on a new permanent administrator.
For sure, I want to immediately begin a search for a permanent. Make no mistake about that. We do not need to wait. However, we do need to tweak the contract, make sure it's appropriate monetarily for this arena.
Donald's $240,000 salary was the highest ever for an administrator. By selecting Dowles, Commissioner bypassed the city's 2 deputy administrators. South Carolina State University is mourning the loss of a student and an alum killed in an Orangeburg crash. Officials say 3 other students were injured in the 2-vehicle crash that happened this morning. Zaleria Simpson and Shamia Riley died as a result of injuries. The crash remains under investigation. South Carolina is set to get millions of dollars to help fight the opioid crisis. Attorney General Alan Wilson making that announcement today. The state will receive up to $363 million from the $26 billion settlement over 18 years. The Attorney General's office says 92 cents of every dollar South Carolina is getting will go towards fighting the epidemic and be used for overdose reversal drugs, trainings, and treatments, but not limited to just those things.
This money can be used by local governments, municipalities, cities, counties, the state agencies, but also nonprofit organizations and private sector areas.
The other 8% of the money will go towards attorney fees. The money is supposed to start flowing to South Carolina in the second quarter of 2022. The state of Georgia will get approximately $636 million from this settlement. That money will be distributed among the state and local governments. Augusta's MLK Day parade honoring the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is tomorrow. This year's theme is When We Fight, We Win. The annual Black History Parade starts at Dias Park on James Brown Boulevard at 1 p.m. A quick walk through a garden can be enough to wipe away your worries. George Escala took the trip out there somewhere.